FunPop. FunPop.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is FunPop, episode 25, and Psychonauts is at a concert, I believe. Dave Matthews Band again, at the same band that he saw about a month ago, I think. So he's just on a Dave Matthews tour recently, and knowing him, we'll see him in a couple days. So shout out to Psycho. Appreciate you, man. Miss you. We are joined in his stead by my lovely wife, Kaitlin. Thanks for being here, babe.
You're welcome. Thanks for asking me. So now I get a larger audience to ask my very important question to.
Oh no, that's not happening here. That's not happening here. And
Come on.
No. Jasper, thank you for being here as always, dude.
Yeah, as always. Hey, how's it going, chat? Thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Phasma.
Yeah, we're gonna
our audience.
Yeah, right now it's Phasma.
Our loyal girl.
Shout out to Phasma. Thanks for being here. Live. So it's we're gonna talk about Venom, right? Because I'm kind of hyped for this movie, right? And Kate actually is a little excited, I think. Semi. Jasper's already representing with the graphic on the screen. So let's get into some Venom talk. Super excited. You always make fun of me for saying super because I do say it a lot. But I'm super excited to see. I really enjoyed the first movie, even though it's like, you know, you can like critique it for a lot of things, right? Like you can heavily critique Venom as a comic book fan, as a MCU guy, or whatever. But still, as a movie, I really enjoyed it. So I am excited for the sequel now. Jasper, are you excited for Venom?
Yeah, I always like Carnage more than Venom anyway, so I'm excited to see Carnage finally like make a big screen like appearance. I don't know. He was my favorite symbiote out of all of them, so.
Right. What do you think of Woody Harrelson as Carnage? Is that fit for you?
I don't care who the actor is, really. I just want to see Carnage.
Right.
I love Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
I thought they were the same person though.
Who?
Like Venom and Carnage.
No, they all basically it's like an alien race or something. I don't know like the comic lore, but I remember like the symbiote thing happened, and then and like the Spider-Man cartoons and stuff. I remember that like Venom or the symbiote got attached to Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man eventually got rid of it. Then it went over to Eddie Brock, and then he turned into Venom.
It's like a goo thing that's like some kind of alien, and it just attaches to people as a parasite and takes them over.
Yeah, it's like
then they become whatever.
Intelligent goo. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And so, are you excited about this movie, babe?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I will say this. I was surprised that you just so willingly offered to go see it.
Yeah, I'm definitely willing to see it. I think it's going to be good.
Because usually you aren't willing to see these kind of movies at the theater.
That's not true.
Well,
I've seen several like superhero movies with you.
You didn't care about going to see Black Widow.
No, I went to see the fucking, who's the other like superhero girl? Mrs. Marvel or something?
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I went and saw that with you.
Yeah.
I went and saw like a few of the Avengers with you.
Mm-hmm. I think Captain Marvel was the last like one that you went to go see that's like a superhero movie.
Give me a little bit of credit.
No, you definitely get a lot of credit. And I was excited to see that you wanted to see this. So that makes me even more excited to see it. So what is it about Venom that intrigues you? Is it Tom Hardy?
No, I just think it looks good. I like the it looks like it's like a little bit funny.
Right. In the
And
trailer.
I like that.
Would you consider this a little, maybe like it's going to be a little bit funny, Jasper?
I wouldn't put it as a comedy, but
No, they show that like convenience store scene, and the way he like talks to the Venom, I guess, is that what it's, the thing that takes over him? Is that called Venom?
Yeah.
He talks to it in like a humorous way.
Yeah, they kind of have this like, they need each other, but they're
a symbiote.
It's like brothers that like antagonize each other, but like ultimately Tom Hardy has control, I think.
Right.
Does he though?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Doesn't it like control him pretty much?
It's who
well,
needs who
they have
more.
to work together because the symbiote feeds off Tom Hardy's body, and Tom Hardy is like, it's Carnage's or Venom's way of getting around. So it's like they need each other. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, hey, is that why it's called symbiote? Is that why they formed the name? Symbiote?
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's why you're on the show, Jasper. Insight like that. That's amazing.
It has Michelle Williams in it.
Yeah, I'm a Michelle Williams fan. She was
married to Heath Ledger.
Was she? Okay.
Yep, they have a daughter together.
Well, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. Another great comic book movie actor. All right, so I wanted to go into some of these early reactions because, the reviews aren't technically out yet, right? But they had early screenings, and at these movies, what I have learned over the last couple years is when they have these early screenings, you can actually get kind of a vibe about how people are feeling about something. The same thing happened with the early screenings of Suicide Squad. When Suicide Squad had the early screenings, people were like, yo, this is great. You know, like, this is amazing. At the early screenings, there was like a lot of good vibes and feedback coming from that. But then like Black Widow early screenings, it's like people are like, hey, I don't know, like, this is like different. You know, like you get some like just impressions based on like people's reaction where they can't necessarily say too much. So this time around, there was a wave of early impressions and reactions from people who got to see Venom. And I got a list thanks to comicbookmovie.com, or who kind of hunted for some of this stuff. And the first one is absolutely buzzing from this film. It was so good. It was honestly so amazing being able to see it a month early. So this is like legit comic book fans. I think excited to see this. So that was just one take. Another person says the biggest strength of Venom Let There Be Carnage is its frantic pacing and exhilarating action, matching the kinetic energy Tom Hardy has with himself. Woody Harrelson is relishing as Carnage and is perfect for the role. And oh my God, stay for the credits.
I heard that was leaked.
Yeah, it has been leaked, so be careful.
Yeah, the post-credits scenes usually get leaked anyway.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I heard it's awesome though, like from a couple people. Another tweet. I was lucky enough to be among the first to finally get to see Venom Let There Be Carnage. I adored it. The first Venom is my favorite of the modern MCU films. Well, okay, so we can take this one with a grain of salt. Okay. And Venom makes all the smart next steps, telling a very human and very beautiful story for Eddie Brock. This person says, just saw Venom Let There Be Carnage. You have to go see it. And I got to meet he got to meet Andy Serkis and Tom Hardy. So I'm just jealous right there. Okay,
yeah. I mean, they're okay.
I thought you liked Tom Hardy.
He's all right. He doesn't really do anything for me.
Really?
You just put him behind you though?
I'm fucking with you guys. He's fucking hot as shit.
I was like, you've told me before you like love Tom Hardy. So, oh my God. Okay, now you can stop. Get rid of that. Here's another one. This one I found interesting, this comment, because it's like a little descriptive. It says Venom Let There Be Carnage is a frenzied mix of buddy movie, romance, and horror. When he says romance, he says Venom and Eddie. I think he's talking about like bromance. A movie, a romance, and horror. It wastes no time in getting down.
Well, he's with like Michelle Williams in the movie.
Right, but he says Venom Heart Eddie. So I don't know. I don't know what he means by and horror. So it's a movie, romance, and horror. It wastes no time in getting down to business and not relent. Hardy is on fire, and Harrelson is Carnage.
I think he makes a good villain, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. He can pull off a villain for sure. What's up, Brain of the Third Eye? How are you doing? Then, Sasha carpet scenes.
What? What review are you reading?
This is the name of the Twitter profile. Sasha carpet scenes says.
Oh, okay.
Complete and utter perfect chaos. Go see the movie. And then Ready Cosplayer 1 says, well, I can wholeheartedly say Venom movie was absolute carnage. I loved it so much. It seems like some of these like copy and paste quotes. Like, how many people have said like this was absolute carnage?
Well, I mean, also
they kind of set it up for you to say shit like that.
It's also basic. They're not giving away like spoilers, so what can you really say? It's like it's a great movie, you know.
Right. This person, the same person actually said, guys, go and see this movie and thank them afterwards because they did an amazing job. I want to go to one of these screenings. I'm seeing pictures of the screening, and it's like Tom Hardy and Andy Serkis, and everybody's hanging out there. I'm a little jealous. Looks cool. All right, guys. So overall, pretty positive reactions, would you say?
Yeah. Well, the first Venom didn't it like do bad by the critics, but the fans loved it. So I don't know if these people are necessarily critics. Or
sorry.
Fans.
The dogs. Yeah.
Was he in the first one?
Who?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, he's Venom.
Should I watch the first one?
Yes, tonight.
Before I see the second one?
Yeah, tonight. You should watch it tonight.
Maybe I did see it. Maybe I watched it with you.
You didn't watch it.
Okay.
But you should watch it tonight. I think that'd be a good idea. All right, so hype level for this movie, like compared to other Marvel movies, like is this like below other Marvel movies for you? Like, because it's really not part of the MCU.
Yeah, that's why it's lower.
Is it? What if it was part of the MCU?
It would definitely go up some points. Like right now, it's like a 6 or 7. Like I'm probably gonna wait like 2 weeks before I see this. So
you can wait 2 weeks.
Not like, yeah, it's not like I'm gonna go out tomorrow and watch it, but I want to watch it.
Okay.
You're more excited for Addams Family?
No.
Yeah. I am.
Your hype level for Venom, babe. 1 to 10. I need a number. Like your hype level. How excited for you are this movie?
Like a 4. If I'm being honest.
Rain says definitely looking forward to watch it for sure.
I think like also that like because you know there hasn't been a ton of movies out and stuff still that maybe people are going to be a little more excited for it. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good point because like the last movies to be successful or like all Marvel movies pretty much at the theater, like all superhero movies are like successful at the theaters right now, but like pretty much nothing else is. So I think this is good for the theaters.
I think Bond might bring like a comeback to like other movies besides superhero movies like next week or whenever it comes out for James Bond.
That's a good point. But it isn't like Bond almost like a superhero movie. You know what I mean? It's like Bond is like
define stunts,
yeah, crazy action. But that movie's getting controversy right now as well. Like, people are crapping on it because of preconceived notions and stuff about things. And I'm just gonna go see the movie and see how good it is. I've never watched a Bond movie that I haven't enjoyed.
There's some back in the older ones are a little cheesy, but
I take it back. Okay. The Roger Moore era. I know that there's. I apologize, guys. Anybody watching this that is a Roger Moore Bond fanatic. But if you objectively go back and try and watch some of those Bond movies, they are worse than made for TV garbage. Just saying that right now. Like it looks like watching like a low budget 80s sitcom. Not sitcom, but like Miami Vice or like Magnum
Dragnet.
PI or like something that's but like even lower budget. It was just like bad. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's that 70s
was it just
and
because
80s.
of the time?
Yeah.
It's I think it was.
So be forgiving because of that.
I get it. They're movies that belong in the time period which they were made. Proven Parliament. What's up? He says James Bond stuff really happened, just like yeah, the Bond stuff, yeah, is out there. You know, I think that it's I don't know. I'm gonna watch the movie and see how I like it and see how it is and judge it from there. But the what I can say is I've actually played Call of Duty, the open beta, and I have impressions based on what I've actually played. So that's the difference between that. And Phasma says worse than the CW shows. Yeah, I would say so. I'd say the CW shows have a
well, I don't know about that. That's still
wasn't Buffy CW?
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah, they made one good one for you.
Yes. It was so good.
Yeah.
That was what's his face? Josh Whedon.
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
Or is it Joss or Josh?
Joss. Oh. With 2 S's.
Yeah, I got it. Joss. Pam.
Yeah, Skyfall may be my favorite Bond movie. Skyfall was amazing.
Yeah, I really hope this isn't Daniel Craig's last Bond, like people keep saying.
I hope it is. Because I'm ready for Idris Elba to step in his shoes.
No, it's going to be a girl. Isn't this girl supposed to be Bond? The new Bond?
Can we not?
Oh, is it the girl that he's on like the moped with?
I think so. I think that's what people are saying. I haven't honestly looked into it that much, so I don't know. But I think that's what they said. I think that's what was announced. Possibly. I don't know.
It might have been rumored. I don't know.
It might have been rumored. I'm not sure. I am not caught up with that news. If it is, I don't care. Like if it's good movies and she plays a good Bond, like I don't have any problem with it. But it is like different for sure, right? So that's gonna be some people getting used to, I guess. We'll see. You know, I did want Idris Elba to be Bond though for so long.
I think he'd be amazing.
I think he would too. Idris Elba as Bond. Could you see that, Jasper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was wasn't he in that was the guy in Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he does he's in a lot of stuff. He just seemed like so perfect for the role. I've never considered a female Bond, even in my head. So I'd have to see the movie and wrap my head around it, right? But I'm not gonna judge it ahead of time, like without seeing the movie and see how they do it.
But yeah, it could still be a rumor though.
And the thing is too, like, it worked for Doctor Who, I think, right? Didn't they go that route?
Yeah, but that show went really downhill. They lost like all their viewership.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, I'm not a Doctor Who fan, so I guess it didn't work. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't ever watch Doctor Who. It's interesting, like these movies and stuff making those kind of changes. I get the backlash, but I also understand.
Don't you think things get stale when it's just like the same year after year after year?
Yeah. Just another old British white guy or something be Bond again.
Exactly.
I even though like Daniel Craig's not, I don't think Daniel Craig's British. He's like Scottish or Irish or something.
Well, that's UK. It works.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
All in the vein of Sean Connery. Right. Yeah, we could keep getting that, right? And that's, but like, or we could not. Like, I don't know. It's been the same for how many years now? 50?
Oh, geez.
60?
Yeah.
60 years?
It's time for a change.
So, Rain says you can't change 007. But like, I don't know. Like,
I feel like it has to be a dude, though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's fine. You can have that opinion. 007 has changed several times. So, personality-wise, several times is changed.
Wasn't Pierce Brosnan Bond at one point?
Pierce Brosnan.
Early 2000s.
Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton was great. Daniel Craig. There was a lot of good Bonds, right? So this is gonna be a drastic change, and we're gonna see if that's what
we don't know. We don't know if they're gonna go in the route of
no. I don't know. This is
it
speculation.
like it's not official, right?
Like it may be. I don't know. Is somebody out there tell me, is this official yet? Like that the moped driver is the new Bond.
Yeah, and why does it always have to be the same Bond? Like Rain just said 008. Like how come whenever it's a new Bond
008
they don't change the agent number?
Because it's the same character, they're telling new stories.
It's supposed to be the same dude. It's just change the actor.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So Rain says you can't change 007, maybe a new agent. Yeah.
I could see them maybe spinning it off, but
yeah, maybe it's another. I mean, they're both in the scene at the same time. Yeah. That's the thing is like it's obviously not the same character, right?
But do you even know if she was the one that was the rumored woman to take over?
I don't know. That's what.
So you don't know anything.
I don't know anything. This is maybe a pointless conversation right now. I'm gonna look up. I'm just gonna Google the new James Bond.
Jasper's already doing it. I can tell.
Yeah.
It says the search for the new James Bond begins in 2022. Here are the top contenders.
Is Idris one of them?
He's just been one of the rumored ones. There's a bunch of
what were people all freaking out about the woman? That he was on the back of the moped?
No, I don't know if they were freaking out about the woman because she was rumored to be taking over. I think that they did not like to see James Bond being driven around by a woman. I think that's what they were having the problem with that picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, oh, what's this bitch doing? Like, no, not the girl calling him a bitch. Like,
yeah.
What's he doing? Like, did she have your balls in her hand too? It was really stupid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't have any problem with a girl giving a guy a ride. Well, that's bad. Wait, hold on.
Is that, you know what you're saying?
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, maybe she was already driving and swapped by to pick him up. You know what I mean? Or like,
I think they looked at it like, like it takes like some masculinity away from him or something to be driven by a chick.
Right. Okay.
The comments were fucking ridiculous.
Well, I think that actress was in wasn't she in the Without Remorse movie?
I have no idea.
Is that the same actress that was with him Without Remorse?
Oh, I didn't even watch that.
Michael B. Oh, you haven't watched that, Jasper?
No.
It's really good. Somebody in the comments after or chat, is that the actress that was in Without Remorse that played like Michael B. Jordan's like friend that was also a high up in the military? Because she was a badass. and she did
I love
great
that
in
we're the
movie.
ones on this show. I have to keep asking the chat.
I know. Well, you know what I mean. This is I wasn't prepared to talk about
Yeah,
James
it's
Bond.
off topic.
This has gone off topic here.
Hi, Rick.
So I'm curious, but I can tell you right now, just based on what we've been saying, I can already see some of the comments we're gonna get in the chat from this podcast after the fact, because you'd be surprised. Sometimes people have some interesting points of view and have to be let it known. But based on what I saw in that picture, I don't understand what the uproar is.
Oh, that girl you're talking about, she was the Captain Marvel's friend, Mara Rambeau or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's who that was.
Yeah. I think she was she in Without Remorse too?
I don't see that on her IMDb page.
Oh,
IMDb page, so
okay. Well, Monica Rambeau, or not Monica, but her mom, right?
It's that Monica's or the daughter?
Mom. The daughter was in WandaVision.
Okay,
it's not that.
Then yeah, then it's the Maria Rambeau. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Was it Maria?
I think that's
Maria.
Where's it? What's the actress's name? Somebody again?
Lashana Lynch.
Lashana.
I'll just put it. Yeah. That.
Oh my god.
Okay. I recognize her for sure. Lashana Lynch, IMDb. Yeah, she played. She looks like the girl that was in Without Remorse, but it's not. She played Maria Rambeau. Yeah, you're right. And cool. And we don't know what's her character's name in Bond.
Every time you ask a new question, I close the page.
It says no. Her name is Nomi. So her name's not James. I'm just, like, you know what I mean? Like
okay.
I don't know. Understand.
I think this topic is getting stale.
Okay, I'll move on.
I think when you take over the Agent 007, your name becomes James.
Is that how it works? Okay. All right, everybody. Back to Venom.
I'm happy.
Now this is a non-MCU movie again. Isn't
everything Marvel in the MCU though?
There's been potential rumors about Spider-Man making it coming into the Venom picture, right?
I've seen some images when I was doing the thumbnail of looking under the Venom and the Carnage mask, and people put Spider-Man's mask behind there.
Oh yeah, they're doing fan art and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
So there's been rumors about these worlds coming together, right? And even with the directors and stuff of some of these movies have been answering questions about that kind of stuff, saying, "Hey, it'll happen eventually." But they've also denied, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire being in some MCU movies too. So these people are known to lie at times to prevent leaks from getting out, right? I'm just speculating here because I haven't seen the leaked after credit scene. But what if it has something to do with Spider-Man?
Have you heard a rumor?
No, I have not.
I haven't looked anything up.
But I have seen people's reaction when they're like, "Holy shit," right? So I'm trying to think of "holy shit," and what could "holy shit" be? And a holy shit could be Spider-Man.
It could be.
Maybe.
What would that mean for this franchise and Spider-Man going forward if that happened? Let's say in a world where Spider-Man is in Venom. What are the possibilities in?
Yeah, but does that mean that Sony's going to reboot Spider-Man and make a new Spider-Man? Or are we going to get Tom Holland still?
I don't know, dude.
Because I'm assuming for the ending trailer, it's just gonna be like Spider-Man's mask. If it's that, like they wouldn't show who the actor would be.
What if it's Andrew Garfield and he comes back to reprise his role as Spider-Man? And he's the new Sony Spider-Man.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Andrew Garfield movies, so
maybe he's been gone right after. Remember the last thing that happened? I think was like it wasn't MJ. Who did Emma Stone play?
She played MJ, didn't she?
No, it's not MJ.
Can't think
it's
of
the
her
other
name
girl's
right now.
name. It's the side chick. Gwen Stacy. Is it Gwen Stacy?
Yeah.
It's a side chick.
Side chick.
Gwen Stacy. The last thing that we saw was her die, right? And didn't he like allude to going away like together or something, like to London or some shit like that? Or what they like talking about that?
It's been forever since I watched that movie.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened. But let's say after this, he just needed to take a break. Right?
And then he gets sucked into the MCU and in the new Spider-Man movie.
The news. Then there's the whole MCU Spider-Man stuff that happens, and then they come back to it. He makes his reappearance in Spider-Man No Way Home. It gets brought back into the fold, and somehow in this world
gets sent back to the Venom universe.
Because remember, Spider-Man No Way Home is a Sony movie. Even if it's part of the MCU, because it's part of Sony, they own the movie rights and all this stuff. Even it's negotiated to be part of the MCU with their story and all that stuff, but it's still a Sony movie. That's why they got the Sony characters. They got Sam Raimi, not Sam Raimi, the fucking Doc Ock. Who's the guy that plays Doc Ock?
I don't even know his name.
Yeah, that actor.
He's the older guy, right?
Molina, is it? Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm such a bad.
I'm terrible with actor names.
Yeah.
Isn't he an older guy?
Yes, he played Doc Ock. Doc Ock actor. Yeah, Alfred Molina. I was right. Alfred Molina. Okay.
Did you say that?
Yeah, he's in the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. So that's
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, though.
Yes, that is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. But it wasn't Jamie Foxx rumored to be in this?
Well, people thought he was because it's so like a lightning bolt, and that's the only Electro we've seen.
So let's say in a world where all this is happening, and Andrew Garfield comes back, because Tobey Maguire's too old to be Spider-Man now, right? It's just like, it ain't gonna happen.
You get old Spider-Man, old man Spider-Man.
What do you think? Yeah, do you think they would ever do like a movie with like an older Spider-Man?
They could, and then maybe
that could be cool.
Lead into like a Miles Morales Spider-Man involving that universe, right? Like
you should have kids,
kind of like
little
Spider-Man
spider kids
into the Spider-Verse. How you have like
spider kids.
How you have like a beer belly Peter Parker, and then you have Miles Morales as a teenager, you know?
Yeah, he should have spider kids, and like, you know, it can show when one of the babies is born, and like, he has to like get a diaper. He can just like use his little like,
are you
like
saying,
a web diaper?
Yeah, you can just like go, whoosh, got the diaper. Don't have to get up and get it. Or these are the kind of things that go on in my head when I.
Or you could just the diaper could be made out of the webbing.
Oh, so you can just go.
Yeah.
And the kid's got a diaper on.
And you can stick him to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Ooh, good idea.
You could probably just go once. You don't need to go. You just go.
Oh,
once.
You don't.
Yeah, because he can spit out a whole gob.
Yeah, you know? Just get a big
really?
load out.
Yeah. Yeah. Proven Pyromancer says Jamie is in it. Ran of the Third Eye with a controversial statement saying Tobey is the best Spider-Man. We've had this discussion several times on this show, Jasper, and you were not a part of the show at that time. And 3-Bit gets a little triggered sometimes with some of the Tom Holland slander. Who is your favorite Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland? Okay.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Mine too.
I don't like Andrew Garfield.
I like all of them, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
who all has it been? Just
Tobey, Andrew, and Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Tobey. Forgot about him. I don't really like him. He's kind of a bitch.
Who, Andrew Garfield?
No, Tobey.
Tobey. Well, I think like for me, Spider-Man 3 just ruined him as Spider-Man for me. Like,
you don't like emo?
No.
Everybody talks about that.
I like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I thought the movies were great. Uncle Ben. You know, like it was all that stuff was great. Except for Spider-Man 3, like his portrayal of the evil Peter Parker, the symbiote Peter Parker, right? With his like Night at the Roxbury like haircut and vibe, and
the rain keeps falling on my head.
Yeah, like that that Spider-Man, that all
that scene ruined the whole movie.
All that whole thing just completely killed him as Spider-Man. And I can't imagine how they looked at that in editing and allowed it to move through to the final production. Like,
did that have the same director for all three of those?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was Sam Raimi. It's like his biggest regret was Spider-Man 3, I think, because he keeps saying like, I just like can't imagine how that made it through filming, through like through the teams, the people that were there watching him like act this character out on scene, and somebody didn't say, hey, maybe this isn't the best approach, right? They just let it slide all the way through until we saw that horrifying thing and made it to the big screen, and it completely ruined Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man for me. I can't unsee it. Hey everybody, there's a monster of the Midway joining us. What's up,
Hello.
Midway?
Check semblance.
Yes. Yep. We can hear you. How's it going, dude?
Good. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for accepting my late pass.
Hey, no worries, dude. Thank you for being here. I know you just got off from football practice.
Fucking dogs.
My dogs keep barking. I know you just got off of football practice.
Talking about me.
No.
No.
But hey, it's just like your
was good.
Third or fourth time here now, man. Like, so thank you.
Absolutely. No, I love I'm a closet geek. I like stuff like this, and I enjoy creativity, so I like talking about stuff like this.
Now, what would the football team tell them if you said, I gotta go, guys, practice is over, I gotta be on a show talking about Marvel stuff called FunPop?
They'd probably be like, really? And then they would try to stop and talk to me, and I'd be like, I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, kids are different today, man. They're a different animal,
Yeah, they're not as savage as they were back in the 90s.
Not as savage. They are very sensitive individuals.
They'll be like, did you know Carnage is gonna be in Fortnite?
Well, they didn't ask that, but
it's funny. Roblox. So Midway, what we've been talking about was Venom.
Okay.
And are you excited for this movie?
Yes, I'm very excited for this movie. I did like the first one. I know it was kind of a 50-50 split when it came to people liking it and all, I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. I don't know, to be honest, excuse me, if somebody else could have pulled it off the way they wanted it to. I think they put a little levity into the first one because obviously they're trying to reach a different audience. So I think they wanted to keep that Marvel levity. So Woody Harrelson's in everything, so you usually like him in everything he's in. And for him to be Carnage is it's kind of an interesting casting. So I would definitely like to see how they're going to be pulling that off. But yeah, definitely interested in this one.
Cool, man. I had the early impressions from people that have seen the screening are very positive right now.
Awesome. I have a feeling that fight's going to be huge.
Yeah, the first fight,
that Carnage,
the first one, the ending was great. Like, those scenes where they're on the driving too, like with a motorcycle chase and stuff like that, was pretty insane in the first one. Like there's with Venom, they did very clever things in the first movie that made it is like a different kind of action a little bit, right? So I'm excited to see where they take that with this.
Yeah, and also to think like with the first one, obviously it's the origin story, right? So you go through the hardships and the individualism between the two, and then all of a sudden the first time you hear him say "we" and Venom's like "we," like all of a sudden it starts to become I guess you could say like coming to a head, and then now that everything's settled and everything's they know who each other are, and to see somebody else come into the fold, it's definitely interesting, and obviously we're probably going to see that Oriental shop lady again.
Yeah.
So
oh, she was in the trailer, I think, wasn't she? Or was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she was in the trailer, yeah.
So what we were doing just now is speculating about something. Just a thought that I had. Okay.
Right up your alley.
Yes. And I want your opinion on this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So MCU has Spider-Man No Way Home coming. Okay.
Correct.
We know that there's this whole multiverse thing going, and there's potential that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and them are going to be in the movie, right? And it's been heavily rumored that was going to happen. Okay.
Right. Multiverses, different worlds, different characters, right?
Right. And so it's also it's a Sony movie, even though it's an MCU movie, right? That one is. Okay.
Okay.
Now that's supposed to be the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, or potentially, or the last MCU Disney Spider-Man movie partnered with Sony, unless they do the contracts up and keep it going. And I think that'll be depending on how this movie does. Obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, but let's say with this whole thing, part of the planning and part of the deal was when they made the deal originally. Remember, because there was the whole, hey, Tom Holland's done, and then they worked it out, and there was one more movie. Okay.
Tom Holland did that huge push to try to be it again, and they finally got something worked out, right?
Yeah. So let's say part of that deal was to tie up part of that story with expanding their stuff so they can do more in the future, right? Like let's just say, okay, like these things need to be in the movie, right? So they make it work. They tie it all together, whatever, and then we get this multiverse thing going on. Doctor Strange, multiple Sony Spider-Man characters coming to the fray, right? You got Doc Ock, Lizard Man, all this stuff, right? And at around the same time, the same year as Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, also this movie's about to drop, right? Within a month of each other.
Right.
A month or 2 months or something like that. So what if the end credit scene, everybody's saying there's this end credit scene at Venom that just like blows your mind. It's like, whoa, holy shit, stay for the end credit scene. I have not seen it. Supposedly it's leaked. I refuse. So there's people out there that think I'm an idiot right now because they have seen it.
Okay. I just thought of something.
Yeah.
You know how in the last Spider-Man movie at the end cutscene was James Jonah Jameson, like from the old Spider-Mans in the new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
What if it's him at the end of Venom saying like, look, we got these symbiotes on the West Coast, like causing mayhem or whatever. So they connect it with J. Jonah Jameson instead of like Spider-Man and connect all like 3 universes.
Yeah, that's a very possibility. There's lots of things.
Personally, I think a huge pivot point is going to be that Doctor Strange movie. Like, that's where everything's going to start coming to a head. But so you're speculating, Mav, Mr. Fun Speculation.
I'm speculating that Spider-Man is somehow going to be at least alluded to, or show his face, and possibly Andrew Garfield at the end of Venom. And bring back Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man in a new Spider-Man movie, a Sony-led movie in the future that's going to be part of potentially this whole Venom Spider-Man verse going to be started with Sony. Potentially.
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry, I got a little allergy throat thing going. So
no problem. I thought you were actually, it was that bad of a speculation.
To be honest, like right now, you could probably, if there was something like that, and it's within 1 to 2 months, you could probably check IMDb and see something. You know, like if you really wanted to see.
It's out there. It's leaked. Whatever this end credit scene that people are blown away by has leaked, and I refuse to look it up because I don't want to spoil it for me. So instead, I'm gonna spit out this random speculation, and it's probably completely wrong, but at least it's fun to think about because at least I know that there's something that people are really excited about. So that's what has me thinking like this.
Maybe you're getting overhyped now and you're going to cyberpunk that end cutscene, though.
As the thing with me, dude, is I get overhyped all the time, but I never get disappointed, right? Like E3 and stuff, people are like, hey, why are you getting all excited and making all these predictions and stuff? You're going to like let yourself down. I'm like, fuck, they can show like one thing from the 1,000 things that I list and I'll be over the moon, right? It's just about fun talking about this stuff. So, hey, anything.
And Andrew Garfield's going to be in another movie soon, right? Andrew Garfield's coming in another movie soon, I believe.
Yeah.
So maybe they're pushing all of his movies out, you know, like saying, hey, catch this wave, right? So,
yeah.
Andrew Garfield, raise your hand if you enjoyed the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
I mean, like right. What level? I mean, like I enjoy the other.
See, that's the
more,
thing. See, that's
right?
that's the thing. Like to me, I enjoyed everything about the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, but not Spider-Man. Like I enjoyed Rhys Ifans as what was he? What did he turn into? The gecko thing, you know? Like I enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed Rhys Ifans's character and his plot and all that stuff more than I liked. Obviously, it was another reboot of, you know, Spider-Man. So I mean, it's just I feel like I enjoyed everything else about those Spider-Mans except Andrew Garfield himself. It's tough with Andrew Garfield because if you look, Tom Holland looks more like Tobey Maguire, you know, in a youthful age, like that that bright brown hair, kind of the squarish face, right? And Andrew Garfield's got the long face with the dark brown hair and maybe wears glasses, maybe doesn't, depending on how cool he feels, right? I mean, it's just like so I mean, it's really tough to bring Garfield back because in my opinion they rebooted these Spider-Men really quick too after Garfield.
Yeah.
You know, like
well, what if they did it
really
like he's older now, ready to hand off to Miles Morales, right? And maybe the whole Venom thing is his last big battle.
Right? See that right there, I can almost say you almost are onto something. You know, like I think you could say if the mask comes off and it's Garfield, and all of a sudden his little friend Miles comes along in his other suit, you know, and
oh, I just thought of something. You just said something that's amazing. You just said something amazing. No, like when they make this reveal, they have the mask on, and you don't know which fucking one it is.
I just said that like 30 minutes ago. They're just going to show the mask and not the actor.
Okay. Well, hey, I wasn't paying attention to whatever you were saying.
Well, something I said triggered it, so.
What if though, like seriously, that like what if they showed at the end credits of this movie just Spider-Man in a mask and he does like the, you know, spider pose or whatever, you know, and like you don't know
another
which
Spider-Man
one, you don't know
perches on another building.
You don't know which actor it is.
I mean, it's something. I mean, you know what? I don't really care about not seeing spoilers. So after this show, I'm gonna find that leaked end credit scene, and I'm gonna give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Just to say if I'm on the right track.
If you're on the right track.
Well, you don't care about spoilers, right? I mean, we've had this discussion.
No, before. I don't care.
So you go find that thing because it's out there, and then you like just send me a DM and you give me that thumbs up or thumbs down, right? Just to say,
I got you.
in remotely the right world of thought, give me a thumbs up.
I got you. And you know, I'm that guy. If I did read books, I'd read the last page, you know, and then I'd just,
right.
you know, read the rest
Is
of the
it worth
book later.
reading?
But yeah,
I hear
right,
you.
right. But yeah, no, yeah, I'll definitely. I got you, Mav.
Cool, man. Thanks. Do you think there's something to this, babe? You're on mute.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
I love that. Okay.
Are you now, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? Sorry, I just.
Is this the Majestic?
Yeah. By the way,
that was a good movie.
Jasper, nice to meet you. By the way, first time
You
talking
too.
with you.
Yeah.
20 minutes into the podcast, let's introduce each other.
Yeah, I forgot you guys haven't met before.
You're such a great host.
I'm sorry. Midway's a good dude. He's podcasted for a while now and great member of the community. Super awesome, and he's also loves a lot of the same stuff that we do. So he's been an awesome guest a few times here on the show.
I feel like I shock them with the amount of Marvel and comic knowledge that I have, because I'm not portraying that. I'm actually a football fanatic, and I coach high school sports. So they're just like, you know, yeah,
you're
probably
afraid to show your geekiness.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'll bring it out when I need to.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah, just you know.
But you're more of a DC guy though, right?
I prefer the DC characters more. I like the darker side of the comic life.
Dark side.
So, but yeah, dark side.
So I know after the show's over, Kate's gonna ask you a question.
That's funny because I prefer the dark side too.
Yeah. She everybody that we come across, she has to ask this specific question to, and it's not anything I want to be on air on our show.
I just watched the Venom credit scene, by the way.
Did you? You did it right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god, these fucking dogs.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you can say, like, you can't do the thumbs up.
I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah.
Okay.
I just watched it. That's all I'm saying.
Right on.
All right. Well, I gotta get up to speed then. Keep going.
All right. So
is this killing you, babe?
It is, but I really don't want to see it because, like, it's an end credit scene, so I don't know like what it's gonna give away. You know what I mean? So. I'll stay away from the leaks. I don't like leaks. All right. Moving past Venom, there was something else I wanted to talk about, and this is, you can talk. This alludes to DC. It talked about Marvel. This is involving Star Wars. This is involving all of that stuff. Okay. Because there appears to be a resurgence of sorts in the gaming industry. There is a massive amount of licensed games on the way, which includes Marvel, DC, Star Wars. You even got Indiana Jones, from multiple publishers and developers. And the last time it was like this in the industry, there was a lot of crap. This is a lot. There was a lot of crap every time there was a movie.
But you got a gym. There was a gym in there sometimes.
There was, right? Every time that there was a movie, there was a game to go along with it, and the game was ass, right? Because they made it in like 3 months to meet the deadline of the movie, and it just wasn't ever good. Sometimes it was. But ever since Batman came out, Arkham Asylum, there's been this new thinking, it seems like, that, hey, these games can be great. Not just great, but they can sell really well too, right? And then you have Spider-Man from PlayStation with Insomniac, and you have Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales came out, and it seems like everybody's wanting to get in on this now, right? So I was just looking at the amount of licensed games coming and rumored games, and is this a good thing? Are we going to see them delve back into the mediocrity of just crapness, or are we going to see great stuff?
Crapness.
Well, I hope that they've learned to not make movie video games now and like flesh out like their own idea for a game based on IP and not just try to copy a movie, you know?
Especially done by Atari or Bandai Namco.
Yeah, the ET.
What was that Fast and the Furious game that came out?
Dude, the funny thing about that Fast and Furious game was that ended the Game Awards.
I know.
That was the big thing at the end of the Game Awards. Like, everybody was going to be excited. And Vin Diesel came out and stuff, and it was like, oh man, what's going on?
And then, I could have told you that was going to be bad.
And then you saw the game, and then the game came out. It's like one of the worst games ever. That's where I'm going with the license stuff. Like, sometimes it's horrible, right? Sometimes you get a Riddick, Escape from
or Mad Max,
or Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man.
I actually liked I liked Enter the Matrix and all that because it was actually kind of like alternate points of view.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. It doesn't have to be a game about the movie or like, you know, we're just going like the Fantastic Four movie, right?
The same PlayStation 2
of the movie. Right, like the PlayStation 2 Fantastic Four movie was basically just going with the movie. I like to see if you want to start bringing other characters into the world, like a video game would actually be a pretty good avenue, you know. So I mean, that's why I like the Enter the Matrix ones. You played as what was Jada Pinkett Smith's character, or her partner, the other guy with shoot, I forgot their names. Niobe, right? Niobe.
It's been forever since I've played that, so I couldn't tell you.
So if I remember that, wow, no Alzheimer's for me. So, but yeah, that's what I like. I like seeing that. I don't like seeing, I just saw the movie. Okay, now I'm playing the game in order with the movie. That's not fun to me.
Sorry, I'm responding to a text.
I was gonna say, is this thing on?
Sorry guys. Hey, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so
I'm gonna head out because I have to make dinner.
Yes, Kate is.
I'll still get that question.
Bailing on us. Yeah, I'm gonna get. Well, I'm gonna ask you what you said again.
All right.
All right. Bye,
guys.
babe. Love you. Have a great night.
What?
Bye.
I'm gonna see you. What? I'm gonna see you later.
I'll see you later.
He's gonna be a good host.
Oh my god. Bye guys. Bye chat.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye, baby. All right. So that's weird. I'm gonna block this person because I don't know who that is, but that's not cool. So, all right, Midway, what were you saying?
Let me bring that back. So I was just saying, I prefer games like Enter the Matrix, where you play as an alternate character in the same world, and still get kind of like the same storyline,
right?
You know, but you're going on a different path, where it's like, hey, what I'm doing is affecting the path of basically like the Neo path, but what I'm doing could affect or change the path that Neo's on, you know. So like kind of fighting through that, and then it goes into the next movie, you know. So that's
right.
That's the stuff I like. I don't like I gave the example of the Fantastic Four game from PlayStation 2.
But sometimes that can be bad though. Like Halo 5 did that and it was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons, but I think Enter the Matrix did it right, and then you got the one that did it wrong. So I mean, there's a template for both, but I would prefer tell all the developers, hey, do the Matrix side. You know, just do it that side, you know. Don't worry, don't try to and plus, you know, it kind of sucked because they marketed the Halo 5 game really wrong. So but yeah, I prefer that type of game where it's in the same world, a different character affecting the same plot, and not just like a walkthrough of the movie I just saw 2 weeks ago or a month ago. So
or you play the
that's
game
what
2 weeks before the movie.
Which is
right.
worse,
So
dude, I've done that before, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it's the game is like a shittier version of the movie usually too.
Yeah.
When they do that, and it's like you get this like half-assed weird storytelling, but you know all the plot points, right? So you go to the movie and you see the movie, and you're like, oh, I recognize this from the game, and I know it's about to happen, and it just kind of sucks, right? Like, yeah, I don't miss that. That's for sure. What do you think it's a good idea to make all these licensed games? Because like Star Wars is like up for grabs now. It seems like, because EA's got Star Wars stuff. Ubisoft is working on a Star Wars game that they announced is going to be in this by UB Massive in the Snowdrop engine. Then we got other rumors. There's even been one from Xbox potentially. I don't know if that one's true. I doubt it. But there's rumor now of David Cage, Quantic Dream Star Wars game. Then we also got the Indiana Jones game coming from Machine Games. Then you got Marvel games from Take-Two Interactive, the Midnight Suns with Firaxis, right? And then you got we already have
Guardians.
Ultimate Alliance already came out, but you have Guardians of the Galaxies coming.
Wolverine and Spider-Man.
Wolverine, Spider-Man. You got an Avatar game coming. It's not Marvel, but still same type deal. So you got Wolverine, Spider-Man. Fucking hey,
Pepe the Pig next month.
Pepe the Pig. Yeah, the Nickelodeon's game just came out. Or Nickelodeon game's about to come out. Hot Wheels just came out. The Hot Wheels game is fucking awesome. Okay, actually, technically, the Hot Wheels game comes out tonight. I think. I got the. I'm crazy, and I got the version that has all the DLC and stuff. So I got it early access, but it's worth it. That game is amazing. I love it. But just saying, it seems like there's this extra amount all of a sudden out of nowhere announcements of all of these like licensed games. And I don't know where it's coming from. Is that like because they're seeing success, or do you think it's just ease of getting a property that you can make a game on and make some money? Or
I feel like it's just bigger ones. Like usually there's a lot of smaller ones, I think, but I think now we're just getting a lot of bigger ones to come out. Like the Pepe the Pig game, for example, that's a smaller one that no one's ever heard of and no one's going to care about. But like people will care about the Guardians or something, So it's just
I wonder how the Guardians game is going to be. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
It's hard to be. I don't know if the word's like shallow, but like you just created, and this is with the Avengers and the Guardians game. Now the counterpoint is, well, comic book characters look totally different.
Yeah, you got to find something that sells. Like it's hard to pick an IP. You take a risk on it,
Right. But like comic book characters are drawn differently, right? But the thing is that movies are a completely different medium, and actually, comics are a very, I don't want to say like purists or traditionalists when it comes to comic book story, but when these things come into live action and take off as big as the MCU has, I think that the Avengers game and the Guardians game took a hit when the likenesses weren't right.
Right.
Those characters are seared into, those actors are seared into teenagers and young adults and us, obviously, the demographic to buy these games, into their mind. And when you see someone that doesn't look like what you've been watching for the last 10 years, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. You're looking at third world Iron Man. You're looking at some type of like scam. Like, hey, it says Mattel. No, wait, it says Patel. You know what I'm saying? Like, like on the bottom of the foot, right? So it's just like, I think these took a big hit because it's these characters are seared, and they want to be these characters. but they want to be the actors, not the characters themselves. And I think these took a big hit when that happened. And obviously the biggest reason why is probably because, gosh, how much money do you think a likeness would go for Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth, right? I mean, millions of dollars probably. So I mean, it stinks, but I really hope that because the Guardians of the Galaxy is more
Drax looks a little weird in that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I even think Star-Lord, like he just
Yeah,
looks
that's true.
weird.
Yeah.
So it's like I hope the writing, because of the type of levity and I don't know what they're rating this game. Maybe they could give it a T, right? A T for teen. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
giving it an M or
There's going to be a lot of writing. And you would hope there's going to be some more mature situations go on with that storyline. Otherwise, it could get boring pretty quick, right?
right,
So
right.
they talk about diving into relationships and stuff. It's gonna be a big part of it, and it's
Well, I
only
don't think
single
it's gonna
player.
be a Mass Effect like game where you get to have some special scenes.
No, I don't. I doubt that. That'd be crazy, dude. The Star-Lord and Gamora going at it like in on the ship. That I. And then Drax is just standing there eating
He's
popcorn
invisible.
or whatever because he's invisible.
Very, very slowly.
There's just I have not very high expectations for that game based on what I've seen, and we've seen a lot of it. They showed like 20 something minutes of that game at the Square Enix conference at E3. That was like almost the entire Square Enix show was that game.
They posted a video like every week, like wherever, like about that game on their YouTube channel.
Which means they're confident in it, but also it's Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, it's a huge IP, huge license now because of MCU, and it wasn't beforehand, but it is now, right? And that's like got to be one of their biggest expectations for this year is that game. But so I understand marketing it like they are, but what I've seen is not like scream like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this. It screams like the Avengers game. It looks a lot like it, but without multiplayer.
I mean, with the Avengers game, they got like the biggest like video game voice actors though, so that kind of helped bump it up for me a little bit. But like, that game was still trash.
Yeah.
It did not have a very good beginning, a good opening, and
I don't even know who the voice actors are in the Guardians game, so I haven't looked that up.
Hold, please.
I'm just hoping the story can pull it through, because that's going to be everything with this game. I don't know about the way they're doing the combat and all that system. We'll see how it works. It's just I don't know, man. I wanna be excited for it.
See, I made the mistake of paying for the Avengers game, so
comes out on Game Pass tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's too late for me. So, but like, just because of that, like, I'm just like, I don't want to get burned twice.
Yeah. Have you played the new content on Avengers?
I have not yet. No.
So for the most part, the Black Panther content's pretty good. Until the end, when the game breaks.
It breaks?
Yeah, there's a bug that allows, I think, a large percentage of players, because it happened to me, it happened to Jasper, it happened to 3-Bit, and that's the only people that I knew that were playing it. So the percentages are pretty high there, right? Where at the very end you play through the whole DLC and you're having a great time, right? The second stage of the final boss, there's like a cutscene that divides the first stage and the second stage, right? After the cutscene is over, you can't move.
Oh, nice.
Your character gets stuck. You can't move. You can't do anything, except there's one of the characters of the non-player characters that you have on your team, will run around and keep reviving you to extend it. So you have to wait the whole. You can't even die. So he just runs around keeps reviving you, and he tries fighting the boss, but he doesn't do any damage either, so you can't rely on him to save the day. You just have to watch pretty much Captain America or whoever you have run around and keep picking you up, and it's just bad. Somehow Jasper and 3-Bit fought through the other day and broke the glitch by spamming.
Froze, I think, twice, and then we got through on the third time.
So what I'm wondering is if they haven't fixed and addressed this properly, because there's not that many people playing Avengers right now. I think the numbers are like in the thousands, right? When this hits Game Pass and it hits the 20 million, potentially now 30 million subscribers that are on Game Pass, and you have, let's say it like
a million.
Let's just say 1 million of them play the game. And if that happens to like 300,000 of them, right? Could you imagine the backlash that's going to happen from this? Just saying, hey, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, be prepared. Hopefully you got
a bug in your game.
And it's at the end of the boss fight. So, besides that, well-made game for a lot of reasons, just broken systems in it too, like that don't really make sense. Technically impressive in a lot of ways, right? I think Guardians is kind of slightly impressive. Like, if you look at it, it looks like, oh, that looks like a big budget game, right? But Wolverine has me excited. Midnight Suns lost my interest a little bit. It looked like they went to try to be a mobile game or something for accessibility. I don't understand exactly where they're going with that. So my excitement for these licensed games has kind of started to be a little bit of a concern, a little bit, because what I've seen from some of them, like Midnight Suns, right? So that's the point of this. I just I'm putting it out there to the universe. Hey, I love licensed content. I like when you make these games, but please don't dumb them down to be like.
I mean, not every game's gonna be made for you, though.
No, but not every game has to be made for everybody.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Like, when they take an XCOM style game and they make it into this card system, right? I think maybe because it's more familiar or something for a lot of people that play mobile games and stuff like that. It's not really like the people that would have been excited for that game all of a sudden lose some interest, right?
Yeah, it just sucks. You have your like favorite IP or whatever, and then it's the game that's like not really your thing. You know?
Yeah. Like, could you imagine? Okay, let's say Wolverine, we get the reveal. Okay. And it turns out that it's like a E for everyone Wolverine game, and you're basically just like going around and making relationships with people, and it's like Wolverine,
a dating sim,
the dating sim or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. That's not gonna happen, guys. I mean, it's not gonna. Insomniac's making it, but I'm just using that as an example, right? That's kind of been a little bit of what the kind of things that are happening right now.
The difference between Insomniac's games and like Square Enix and Firaxis, I believe it is, for Take-Two, right? For Midnight Suns. Insomniac has the complete like the complete copyright and all that stuff of all the whole story of the Spider-Man universe. Like because Sony owns that, right? So I mean, they have that whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if a lot of legalities and money gets into the issue with like Square Enix and possibly the Midnight Suns. So it kind of makes the games feel a little wanting more, you know, like So it's a tough road for somebody that's on the outside looking in compared to the one that's sitting at the table with the big boss, right? So I mean, that's the only difference I see between the two. And right now, obviously, Insomniac's killing it right now because they got the go ahead with everything right now with Wolverine and Spider-Man, the Spider-Man storyline.
Yeah. I saw
Which sucks.
comment like it's confirmed rated M. The game doesn't have a rating yet. Like it doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
They haven't even started making it yet. But what they did say is they've confirmed that it's going to have they said it will have a mature tone.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Which you can have a mature tone without having an M rating. That's, you could say a lot of things have a mature tone. You know, you could say that Spider-Man had a mature tone. It had a pretty dark story at times, right? Like even you can have a mature tone without being rated M for mature. I hope personally, like I have high hopes though, because of the Wolverine trailer. There was blood splatter on the counter. There's blood splatter on the wall. That it will be like they're gonna go all out, you know, with gore and stuff. But like at the same time, you know, like they're
that's
trying
just a teaser trailer. You know, it's just concept.
Exactly. Like they're trying. They want to sell Wolverine to kids too, and preteens and all this stuff. And if that rating M for mature is out there, and you can't buy the game unless you're escorted by a parent or 17 plus or whatever, and you know what I mean? Like, I mean, just saying, right? Like a lot of the Wolverine movies were not rated R.
What was
only Logan, I think, was rated R, right?
Yeah, Logan was the only one.
So they've made Wolverine movies without going rated R. They've pulled it off somewhat, you know. Not, I think the one where he's in Japan was pretty good, right? I forget the name of it right now, but
I think it was just the Wolverine.
Yeah, the Wolverine. Yeah, that one was pretty good, but it wasn't rated R, you know. So like you can think of a Wolverine game where you can just cut people to shreds, you know, and you see limbs.
Yeah, I want to see limbs
everywhere,
get chopped off.
Right.
I want to see where, like in Logan, where remember when Xavier was having one of his meltdowns where everyone was slow motion and you could see him slowly put his claws in through their head, you know, and come back out. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Crazy Louie just put in the chat that, did I see that Xbox has 2 new studios? I have not seen that. I'd be curious to know who that is. I haven't seen anything. So I'd be like very surprised if something happened. I haven't seen anything unless it just happened. But yeah, it's going on also from that. I think like what I want from this license stuff, right, is them just to stay true as much as possible, right? Don't use the license as an excuse only for sales. Really care about what you're making. Stay true to the property, the origins of it, but make it your own as well, right? Because if they just copy and paste stuff, like it doesn't work either. But like all the Star Wars stuff that's coming, I mean, there's been good Star Wars games. There's been absolutely abysmal Star Wars games, but there's a lot of Star Wars games coming. So let's hope that these studios all take this with respect that these IPs deserve, right? Instead of just, hey, they're
let's try to make money.
Yeah, that Lucasfilm's willing, Games or whatever is willing to dole out the license right now. So just go get it, make a game. You know, that's happened in the past. You know.
Well, I think Lucas still, like, they're more protective now because like they have to sign off on like whatever story you're doing for a Star Wars game now, and they have to like sign off on each character you make and stuff like that, so it doesn't interfere with like the current universe.
Right. Yeah, they have to sign off on stuff, you know. Like, okay, so I think the Ubisoft one is rumored to be like a Mandalorian style type game, or there was rumored to be a Mandalorian style game from either the Coalition or
like a bounty hunter type?
Ubisoft. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like they said Mandalorian, and which makes sense because Mandalorian is crazy popular right now, right? Like
Yeah.
Mandalorian is excellent, but then you also got all these other Star Wars things. We had a show the other day where we broke down the future of Star Wars, and just the amount of shows coming to Disney Plus. You can see the potential of games to come out in the future revolving around some of these stories, right? So I think this is going to continue with and it's not just because like these companies are wanting to make money, but like the popularity of Star Wars comic book movies, and all these things are just like grown so much over the last 10 years. And now with the streaming services like Disney Plus and everything putting out these shows like constantly, you're just gonna see even more engagement and interest in it. So I don't think this is gonna stop. So I just want to hope that it's gonna be good. What's y'all's number one anticipated thing? Marvel, DC, Star Wars, whatever.
Well, we don't really know any Star Wars games like confirmed yet. I don't think. So I would have to say Guardians. I don't know. I want to play Wolverine, but I don't have a PlayStation, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So I guess Guardians is the next one coming out.
Guardians. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Midway?
Well, to be honest, I know there's nothing like concrete, and we don't know what it is, but because I am one of those guilty Division fans.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Massive is working on the Star Wars game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most interested in. I want to see what they're gonna do. I wonder if it's gonna be hub world, open world, you know, all that stuff. So I mean,
I forgot about Lego Star Wars. That one.
Lego Star Wars. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I love Lego Star Wars.
It doesn't have online though, man. I don't think, unless they change.
Add it. Yeah.
You mean it's not gonna have co-op at launch?
Darn it! It'll have local co-op.
It'll have local, not online. That's a good one. But Midway. Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, me too. Massive.
Yeah, that engine is insane. Absolutely incredible. So
yeah, the longer that these developers have with their engines, the better it seems to get.
Yeah, and I think they were using that for the Avatar game as well, I believe. Ubisoft is. So
okay.
That should be pretty interesting. For me, I keep going back and forth between two things right now. And that's the Wolverine game, just because I love Wolverine, right? And God, I had the other one in my head. Oh yeah, no shit, no, I know what it is. Number one, no doubt, no questions asked. It's Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that one. I don't know why I forgot it, because Red Hood's my guy.
Yeah, and the Suicide Squad. I'm super excited about the Suicide Squad also. We haven't seen any gameplay of that one yet, so it's kind of like, but it's fucking Rocksteady. You know it's gonna be good, you know. But yeah, Gotham Knights. The gameplay sold me already. I'm super excited for that. Suicide Squad's gonna be great. I can't wait for Wolverine. Just because I could just run through my head imagination about the possibilities for that game. It absolutely is exciting.
Yeah, but you can get disappointed though. That's the thing. You get a Midnight Suns for you.
Oh, dude,
that's why I was trying to.
You're right. Take-Two screwed me on that one, man. Because when they showed that original trailer for Midnight Suns at whatever it was at Gamescom or something, I was like, oh my God, this is like made for me. Like, this can be amazing. Firaxis making a fucking Marvel game. Like, this is like a thing of dreams, right? And then, like a couple days later, they showed gameplay and gave more stuff, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is not what I thought it was going to be at all. You know, it just looked terrible. I'm sorry, but it did, and I got my expectations up, but only because I put 2 and 2 together of Marvel and who the
And
developer
XCOM.
is.
Yeah.
Right? And so like that I set an expectation within myself of the type of game that they would make, and it just made too much sense. Right? Like it's just like it was too easy to think about what this game could be. And to see what they came up with instead was just mind-blowing, right? And that's exactly the thing I'm talking about. Like they could have had a pure strategy tactics game, right? Instead, they made it. They tried to broaden the audience too much here.
Yeah.
Right. And it kind of ruined it for me. But man, you're. I don't think Insomniac will do that with Wolverine to that extent. They did. Like,
Yeah.
Pyromancer said.
If you look at their track record, it's not like that. But
exactly. Yeah, Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad and Wolverine, probably it for me right now. But I would love to see Lord of the Rings make a big comeback with gaming.
You got Gollum, and I think there's another one. But
I don't
okay.
That one. I'm talking like Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth, and like there was a lot of cool Lord of the Rings stuff that came out for a while, and then they kind of just gave up on it. It seems like.
That's the one with that Nemesis engine that everybody loves, right?
Yeah.
WB is going through some things right now, so I don't know if we'll see one for a while.
That has me worried about Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. Because
Gotham Knights was already delayed, right?
Yeah, and then supposedly like Ed Boon and NetherRealm, they were going to work on Injustice 3, but they like aren't because they don't know what's going on with the properties and stuff, right?
Yeah, AT&T and Discovery merged.
Yeah, and they left their Warner Media kind of like in the ether, just floating.
Well, so what they did was basically they like separated out Warner WB Games and Warner Media, the whole Warner Media. They separated it out from AT&T, and that section and Discovery Plus formed a new company, right? So Discovery Plus and WB are a new thing together, which includes a lot of the gaming division, the movies, and all that stuff, right?
And both sides have said that they are not interested in like content creation when it comes to gaming. So it's just a matter of time until
they decide to sell it off or hold on to it or whatever they do.
Right. I don't know if they still want to keep certain properties, like rights and all that stuff to try to keep getting residuals and royalties. But as far as I know, they are not interested in basically in the gaming business anymore. So
AT&T isn't for sure. This other company, the new company, said that they are keeping them, but I think it's just could be because they're having to say that right now, right? Because they don't want the employees to be afraid of their future and all this stuff,
You can't give any doubt or else stocks will fall or
it also adds value to their company because they can say they
Yeah.
own a gaming division now.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, what's one dream licensed thing you want? Just one thing, and then we'll end the show after that. We'll start with Midway. Like, just name one thing, like licensed anything, and what would be the dev?
Put me on the spot. All right.
Yeah, I didn't prepare. You guys didn't get any preparation.
All right. I would say to stay in the DC realm, I would like a Constantine game.
Okay. Right on.
And I would love Rocksteady to make it. They know how to do dark.
Yep, I agree. Rocksteady like has got everybody wants them to make their favorite superheroes game because like they got that tone down, right?
Right, and that that's the thing. Like the one thing I like is the the unholy trinity, and Constantine's in it with Dead Man, and the girl's escaping my mind right now. But that's the thing. Like it could go in so many directions.
Yeah.
And if you could make it a co-op game if you wanted to add those characters into it. So there's definitely a lot of, and with the the whole spiritual world and all that, it could add a little thriller into it as well, which it wouldn't just be an action game. It could go into dip into other different genres, which definitely would keep me interested. But yeah.
Jasper, what do you got for me?
I want Star Wars, but like an Elder Scrolls or Fallout like style game where you kind of explore like the underworld of Coruscant, kind of like Star Wars 1313, but more first person and not as like third person.
Right on. Huh.
Who's the developer?
I said Fallout and Elder Scrolls, so Bethesda.
Oh, Bethesda.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
There you go.
Yeah,
sorry.
You're good.
That'd be good. I could see that. Fallout style Star Wars game. Let's go. All right.
What about you, Nev?
I'll take that and I'll raise you this.
Okay.
I want a X-Men game featuring Gambit.
Yes.
Made by Sucker Punch.
Ooh.
Yeah. They made Infamous. Just think about this, right? Remember Infamous, like in Infamous Second Son, right? And then you got Ghost of Tsushima. Imagine a X-Men world, right? Like you got different characters you can interact with or choose between, and then like the story focuses around Gambit, and you got his like lightning, or not a lightning, but plasma cards or whatever. You get to charge them up, and
It's purple magic.
You got the staff, and yeah, dude, you got your love interest with Rogue, right?
Oh, Shelly.
Hey, I want that Sucker Punch, Gambit. Let's go. And Sony's getting these licenses, dude. I'm just saying, it makes too much sense. Gambit's made for Sucker Punch.
The thing is too is like I'll start branching out into the world. Like, why does it have to be like the 5 same characters every single movie, every single game? Like, let's branch it out. I mean, get some personalities out there and see what it takes.
I like that's one thing I like about the MCU and Kevin Feige is he wants to go make movies like Shang-Chi. Right? I didn't know who he was. I never heard of him before this movie was announced.
And the Eternals and all those other
Eternals, like he's putting these characters into like the major limelight because they have good stories, right? And I think the same could be done for gaming. In fact, like you could say Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That's going to be a game now. They would have never have announced that as a game before this movie. Right? That would not have been a thing that existed before Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, came out. But MCU brought that to become a huge IP now, right? A lot of people didn't ever heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy before, So that's awesome. I like what MCU is doing, branching out all these characters. I think Disney Plus is going to keep that going with Star Wars too. You're going to see more of these extended Star Wars stories. So potentially
now that EA doesn't have the rights to it.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, why not a gaming company like dive into that and go deeper into the lore and pick something instead of just something that is so familiar to everybody now, right?
Well, it's just the risk factor. Game's so expensive to make, and you got to license the IP. It's just a lot of money, and is it worth the risk? It's just
it's true. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for the show. I appreciate you jumping in here with us midway. Thanks for joining in.
Absolutely.
Hey, where can everybody find you on social media and everywhere else that you are?
Well, right now you can find me on the Gridiron. I'm a Midway 8 Monster on Twitter. I have about 1 more month left of the football season, and then I'll be able to be more consistent with like podcasting and joining people up and everything like that. So in a month I'll be back on 4GQ TV with CLoWnZ and crew. And obviously I've gotten a lot of friends doing this. Some I would say are closer than people that are in my everyday life. So I mean it's an amazing crew, and I do consider you one of them, Mav. So
you too, man.
you're very awesome.
Enjoyed hanging out with you.
Thank you, sir. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys, and you make this fun, none of that warring stuff or anything like that. So yeah, so I'd like to come back in time on FunPop or the Ultimate Podcast, and I also hang out with Xbot 448 and his next podcast,
right on,
which is on Thursdays around 7:30, depending on when he gets off work.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, glad to be on. Glad for the quick call and putting the light up in the sky, and I came running. So I appreciate it, Jasper. It was a fun time talking with you.
Yep, you seem like a cool dude.
I'm all right. Just a normal guy. So yeah, but yeah, appreciate. Looking forward to future conversations with you as well. And thanks for having me on.
Heck yeah, man. Definitely love to have you back here in the future. And ditto everything you said. Same to you, man. You're a great guy, and I have always loved hanging out with you. And when I was on 4GQ TV, it was awesome to have you there to talk games with every week as well.
For sure.
Jasper, our newest FunPopian, is the third or fourth week now. I think you're on the show.
Yeah, I think it's the fourth one. Yeah.
Fourth. Thanks for being here as always, dude. And tell everybody where you can find you. And I fixed it to where your YouTube link is in the descriptions now. I got to add your stuff midway as well. I'll make sure I get that done. But
appreciate
it. Tell everybody where they can find you, Jasper.
So if you want to check me out, my Twitter handle's at the top of your screen. It's Jasper_gaming_. My YouTube channel is linked in my Twitter. It's at just Jasper Gaming. It's a little harder to find. And check me out on FunPop Wednesday nights at 7 now. And I hang out in Matt streams every now and then. So thanks for coming by, Chad.
Right on, dude. And yeah, there's like a million Jasper Gamings. I don't understand how there's that many Jasper Gamings. It's like it's strange. There's like 1,000. I'm not kidding. If you just search YouTube for Jasper Gaming, it's like one of the most common channel names that exists, period, is Jasper Gaming. It's very strange.
It's my name.
And chat, you guys rock. Crazy Louie, Rick Payne, Phasma, Blackcard, Pyromancer. I saw some new names here coming as well, like Dope Boy Beats and stuff. I saw Mike as well. So lots of cool people. Thank you all, and including Mama was here as well. Shout out to Mama. You all rock. Thank you so much. We super appreciate it. Also the channel members, you've seen their names scrolling above. We super appreciate you too. Have a good one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Deuces.
FunPop.